Ninjas, how are you doing? It's your girl Owamie, aka Miss Fearful Call Honey, and welcome back to my channel. This is Boldly Owamie, and yeah, man, welcome back to my channel. Now, I feel like at this point I have to just separately welcome my TikTok family. We kind of went mini viral on TikTok, and I'm really just so grateful for all of you guys that are following me and yeah, interested in hearing my story. This video, you guys have been like, oh, where's that video? Where's that video? I know it was supposed to come out yesterday, but yeah, things just I was just busy. And please don't mind my tongue, like I've been drinking my coffee. One thing about coffee, I go see guys. No, I'm kidding. I was usually there, and then so I decided to get some coffee, so that's why my tongue is stained. But yeah, man, do not forget to like, do not forget to share, and please do not forget to also go to my other channel, my main channel, which is Owamie Entertainment, and please go subscribe. And thank you so much, and welcome to everyone that has subscribed. I've seen a huge influx in terms of like subscribing. If you like the content, you can go ahead and use the thank button, and you can also be a member for private content, but I only have that from my main channel, which is Owamie Entertainment. So you can go there, choose whichever package suits you, and then obviously from there we continue. But anyway, yeah, today's video is about me just explaining to you guys like what happened to get to where we are. And this is mostly for people from TikTok that do not know me and do not know my story. I feel like everyone that is from YouTube, you guys have been on the loop on what's going on. But I did see that there was a huge misconception when people literally saw the videos coming out on TikTok, and also just this wrong narrative that has been shoved down people's throats, that I have just been talking about my ex for the past 3 years unprovoked, and the guy has been quiet. He finally decided that he was gonna break his silence with Promise Makunyane, and all of a sudden now I'm having a problem with that, which is the furthest thing from the truth. So basically, for me, I'm gonna go ahead and just explain to you guys what happened from the start. Now, if you're someone that has been on YouTube, if you're gonna continue watching, I mean, I will appreciate it, but it's mostly information that you guys will know, just compacted into a smaller package, so that someone that has not been following can basically be caught up, right? So basically, guys, I was married to a guy called Big Guy, right? And I was with him for years, almost 10 years that I was with that guy. Now, I am from Venda. We met in varsity, which is in Medunsa. And we were together, guys. There was a lot of things that actually happened in terms of there was just a lot, man, that happened. 2013 my mother passes. That was the first time that I had to meet his mother face to face. They come on a Thursday, right, when my mom was getting buried on a Saturday, which I did appreciate. However, it's not like maybe he left his home, he went to his he left school, which is Medunsa, went to his home, fetch his mother and come to Venda, maybe even have something small to contribute, and then after that drive back and stuff, like how I feel like most responsible men would. He waited for me to have to give him money. So I sent him money for him to leave Medunsa to go and fetch his mother for free with my money, and then after fetching his mother and his brother, that's when they drove to Venda with my money yet again. When they got there, guys, they didn't even buy flowers. They didn't even buy flowers. I actually went and I bought flowers, and I basically disguised to say that it's them that actually bought, this is from the Hlongwane family, but they brought zero. Okay, if anything, they were just a burden. I literally even regretted getting them there. They ruined my mother's funeral for me. I won't even lie. With their lies, I will not even lie. I remember I even did a story time about it. That's something that even till today, it breaks my heart. How can people be so evil to a point where they can't even let you mourn your mother? The last day that I saw my mother for the last time, that Friday when we were burying my mother on a Saturday, his mother called me. Imagine in my own father's house, and then she was basically just talking, hey big guy, Ibile is saying that when you don't listen, you're disrespectful, you're this, you're that. And then the following day, after we buried my mother, like, guys, imagine you're burying your mother, you're with all this stress that is going on. I went to him and I was like, it's over. Like, I literally was just done with them, you know. And then he said, no, my mother is lying, hey, this and this and this and that. If anything that I can say is that, guys, a liar is a liar. And when I look back, I realized how big of a liar this guy was. But because I had now fallen in love with him, and again, like, he really was my only support structure, I felt, because back then I used to look at my baby sisters as they're just babies. It's not like now when we have like a very strong bond and a strong relationship where I can actually sit down and talk to them about anything. But back then I really shielded them a lot from a lot of things, so I became a mother figure to them. And so I was like a mother that I never wanted them to know any problems and stuff, and so he was like my main support system, you know. So obviously, fast forward, we moved to Free State. When we moved to Free State, there's a lot of things that happen, man. You know, we stay with the aunt. Honestly, she was a saint. Unfortunately, she passed away. May the Lord rest her soul. She was really like just a saint, you guys. She was really like just the best person. Big guys from a family, guys, that just they lack peace. I won't even lie to you. They lack peace. Even their relatives and what, they fight with everyone. And so now when I got there, I do remember like I overheard like there was this other old woman that was sitting, and she was talking to someone that I'm not gonna mention, and she was like, yo, andazi ukuthi lo mntana uzoyikhonana uzomkhonana lo yamfazi, you know, like that's what she said. Now at this time, obviously, I had started to learn a bit of Zulu, and they were still under the impression that I could not hear. I was busy washing the plates. And she was like, how shem ngiyamzwela lo mntana abantu obuye elizwe, something like that, and I andazi uzomkhonana lo yamfazi, you know, like she was like, I don't know if she's gonna handle that woman, talking about Big Guy's mom. So, you know, there was a lot of things that happened. Also, the first time that I went to Free Day, and we went to see his grandmother, I remember his grandmother actually talking to Big Guy's mom, and she was like, well, I know you are my child, like you better treat Mwanawabatu well, you know. And there was a lot of things that were said, man, you know, but it was basically the grandmother reprimanding his mom to say that I know how you are, I know how you get, don't ruin your son's marriage and stuff, you know, that type of conversation. I really didn't fully understand, but Big had already told me like, hey, my mom is this, my mom is that, my mom is that. But I had chose to say that I'm not going to take what this guy says up until I actually get to experience his mother myself. Now, that's where I was wrong. I should have just listened to what they said and kept it moving, you know. So obviously after that, there was a time that we had to move, and we moved into Big Guy's home, right? Guys, from the first day of us having to move there, it was fights. Mind you, when we left Kwarakadi, she was still the one that was causing problems. Now they were no longer sending money to Rakadi and stuff, which obviously I was grateful that at what point they even were, because I'm not their daughter. But at the same time, it was like, okay, it wasn't only just me, it was me and their son, you know. But I stayed there from, I think it was end of June. We stayed there July, August, September my channel goes August my channel goes viral, and then September I get my first pay. So I would say I stayed with them maybe 3 months without earning, and my first pay was like 23,000, which again, that was another problem, guys. Like, there's a lot that was basically going on. I just don't want to get into it now, because I just want to give you guys sort of like a picture of what was going on. So it did get to a point where they kicked us out, you know, and I remember that the person that kicked us out actually was me. They were like, no, we think that Tembu should go to Venda. When you guys have now paid Lobola and you're finally married, that's when she can come back, right? And I was like, hi, bo, that was when their son had just gotten a job. Mind you, the mother was busy fighting for the son who had not even gotten a single cent. It was just a matter of, you got a job, you know. With government, you have to work like 3 months before you can, like, you know, get your salary. And so yeah, but like the moment their son got a job, guys, they now wanted me to go. But obviously I am not that not a way. And so when they were now just like, no, she has to go, that was when for the first time I would say that's the only time I can remember that guy ever standing up for me. It was like, well, if you're saying she should leave, she's my wife, and so, you know, like she's with me, so I'll rather then go out. And then that was when, like, you know, all hell broke loose, this and that. And then after that, now personally guys, I was just heartful, I won't lie. Like, I was tired, I was really tired. There's just so much that actually went on there. I remember, even I've spoken about this when we were about to leave, when we were like about to start packing our stuff, looking for a place, basically, because I think they gave us 2 days, if I'm not mistaken, to get out of their house. I think it was 2 days. And so at that time, now I had gotten paid, obviously, because I think that was in November, if I'm not too mistaken, I think. But Ubiga had not gotten paid yet. He got paid the following morning after they said you should leave, and he asked them, can you please just give us until month end so that I get paid? And then they said no. So now I was like, it's fine, you know, I'm sure we'll get a back room, we'll go and stay there, whatever. And then after everything was done, the following morning, when we were now starting to pack our stuff and knowing that we're going to, guys, I was so happy that I was getting out of that place. Like, you could have thrown me in a shack and I would have been so happy, you know. Like, I was like, I know that at least here I'll be at peace, because there was just so much that was going on in that household. So when we left in 2017, we left the house. Guys, that was the last time I had interactions, like proper just communications with like Ubigai's mom and his dad. You understand? The last time. The next thing that happened was when we had moved, we got like a 2-room. You know, actually, I was still saying that the day before, on that morning when we woke up, that was when like his mom was sitting in the you know, table. I mean, yeah. And then I was having breakfast. You know, she started taking pills, and then after that, like within seconds or just a few minutes, she started, you know, I just knew now it's all an act, I won't lie. So I didn't do anything, guys. I remember I was sitting drinking my coffee, my tea and bread, and I was quiet. I was just looking. That was when, you know, his younger brother and his father, they're the ones that came to carry her and whatever. Sharp, I left. So I'm sure that even with that part, they talk, I'm such a horrible person, I'm heartless. But guys, you know, when you're hurtful, I was just tired, you know. So by the time that we had to leave, guys, the ambulance had even come to fetch her. Like, it drama. So the dramatic family, I'm telling you. So now, you know, all these years I used to just think his mom is the one that lies, his mom is the one that talks whatever, his mom is this and this. This is the impression that Big Guy had given me. And so I never really suspected anything of him. Now in my heart, I just really thought, this guy loves me, you know. Like, I mean, a woman that is in love, guys, like, and so yes, I do have to admit, yes, Mendi Domkop, you know. So we move into a 2-room, you know, a back room basically, and we stayed there for a while until we rented the first house. And then after that, we went to the house that when we separated, we were in. So with all those moves, guys, I would always hear stories outside. This is what they say about me, this is what they say about me, this is what they say about me, this is what they say about me. Hey, I'm a lazy makoti, hey, I'm this, hey, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that. In all honesty, guys, I told myself that I'm gonna be the bigger person. In everything that I had, I never cleared a single rumor, I never said anything, I never did anything. I was just quiet and I was just continuing with my life. Now mind you, that is from 2017. We go to 2018, still the same. 2019, still the same. 2020, guys, it was even worse. I remember beginning of the year of 2020, my helper, when she came in, she was like, how? I was so surprised that you were not calling me, like, here's the new address. I'm like, what new address? Like, how? Your mother-in-law was talking with you guys got kicked out. Ubi guy got this expensive house to rent that he can't even afford because of me. And now they had to take everything, like Abelung, because it was a white people's compound where we were staying. Abelung were to come and take everything and blah, blah, blah. You guys now apparently are living in some back room, whatever. Still with that, guys, like, I was the bigger person. That is just one of the few things that actually, like, you know, came, you know. I honestly was the bigger person. I was like, no, I'm not gonna talk to anyone about anything. Anyway, now I was always at home. And so people that didn't know me, but they knew of me and the stuff that would be spoken of, like how now I was abusing their son because I don't work, I sit home, but I have got a helper that comes in and it's their son that pays, blah 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 blah. Did these people know that I was YouTubing? Yes. Did these people know I was making money from YouTube? Yes. At one point they were fighting for that money when I was still staying there, you know. But anyway, I just told myself, you know what, I'm gonna be the bigger person, sharp. Things I think were changed when it came to, obviously my ex cheated. I found out he now had to go out there and he started lying. So basically, like, you know, the lies was that I caught him cheating, I kicked him out. He went to like his colleagues, his mother and everyone, and told them that now I told him it doesn't satisfy me in bed, number one. And then number two, he said that I said to him that it doesn't satisfy me in bed, we need to get other people, like. And then I got a boyfriend in Secunda, and then after that he decided to get a girlfriend in Friday. I found out and then I got angry and I kicked him out. Now if you listen to that story, guys, who is the devil in this whole situation? Obviously it's me, because how are you going to tell a man that he doesn't satisfy you in bed, which was false. I never ever did, and I swear to God I never ever did. And then after that I got a man, so I'm busy with someone in Secunda. Yet now when he gets a girlfriend here in Friday, now I'm being, you know, and kicking him out. So one thing about my ex, guys, he loves sympathy, and due to the fact that like he craves it, I do really personally think, and this is on a serious note, I do hope that, you know what, he will seek some professional help. I do hope that the lady that he's with now, she can actually help him in terms of like take that man to a mental institution, let them evaluate him. Like maybe they should stay with him for like a week. I'm definitely sure they will come up with something and have proper medication for him. The level of craving that he has for people to feel sorry for him to be the victim in every single situation, it's astonishing. And not only that, it's like disgusting, because he will go to all sorts of length to get that sympathy. Do you understand? If he has to lie, he will lie, and it doesn't matter who it is. Now looking back at everything, guys, like I'm just so shocked that I couldn't see all these things. So basically there was a day that you know, the time that he had to now come back, because there was a lot of back and forth in terms of like we will fight, to go to his mother's house like a little girl and then come back and blah blah blah, you know, stuff like that. So the day that he actually wanted to get back, and at this point like his father and his mother were like, no, we're over this, like this is too much, he's going nowhere, because they really believed I actually gave him muti, you know, because it made no sense, guys. Like the things that he would tell them about me and say that this is what I do to him, this is what I do to him, lying so that they can feel for him and get sympathy for him. It made no sense for him to be coming back. Obviously the only explanation that maybe one would come up with would be, okay, like he's not in his right senses. But they do not know that the reason why this liar is coming back to me is because the things he tells them are false. Do you understand? And when he comes to me, he lies about them. I remember there was a time that he used to constantly talk so bad about his mom, like the things his mom did to him when he was growing up. Like, you know, he was always the victim in everything. Like he would even talk about how they would buy cornflakes and then they would tell him, or you know, the cornflakes are for the younger child, you know, his younger brother passed away, and then he would say, no, I wouldn't be allowed to eat. And mind you, it was only the two of them, so he was like, no, I wouldn't be allowed to eat cornflakes. Yo, you know, now baby, I'm traumatized. And it got so bad to a point where I actually said to him, listen, I think that maybe you should go for therapy, because I can't stand you constantly telling me about how horrible your mom is and how horrible your dad was to you growing up, because you cannot expect me to still have peace and love towards them with all these things that you tell me, because if they hurt you, it hurts me, because I love you, you know. I really offered for him to actually go to therapy, like I wanted to organize it for him and stuff, but he refused. He was like, no, I'm okay, I don't want to go there. But now looking at it back, I think the reason why he even refused is because he was lying. He basically just wanted me to feel sorry for him, which that has been a case, guys, for so many years, because he would talk about so many tragic situations that happened to him. Even till today, guys, I have so many doubts about a lot of stories that he told me, but he was forever and always the victim in every single situation. You know, I used to think like he has the most fragile heart, he is the most peaceful person, and I never used to understand why do people keep coming for him. I don't think people were even coming for him, guys. I think this guy was lying. You know, so obviously after that, when I spoke about that, he actually stopped. Now the next thing that I will go ahead and talk about, this was actually even before we were, no, it was just after we moved, because now I was like, I'm peacefully moving, I just don't want anything to do with them, you know. We don't talk, it's fine, I'm gonna just stay go back room and bona they stay where they're staying, it's okay. Like, we continue with our lives, no fights, no nothing. We will plan our lives this side, they have their lives that side, and that's how it's going, right? Sharp. Now the other thing again that started happening with Ubi guy was that, guys, now, as I'm saying, a lot of people, even they in Friede, they don't know to see my face. I was not someone that was out with friends and stuff. The area, and this is no shade or anything, is very small, and so a lot of people there, they're very small-minded. In that whole situation, guys, like, I was always home, yet he would come to me and say, yo, baby, you won't believe it, yo, that mistress hates you, like, from school, yo, that ma'am doesn't like you at all, yo. At first, I was like, hey, bo, she doesn't like me, she hates me, but she's never met me, like, what's going on? She was like, no. He was like, no, I think it's because of the things that my mom says about you. He basically blamed it on his mom, and mind you, guys, for years he's been doing that. He blames everything on his mom. Anything that comes, he blames it on his mother. So now I was like, okay, I know his mom has been talking, you know, about me, and so I'm sure obviously that's what it is. But it now became a norm, like, yo, baby, yo, that mister hates you, yo, the way he was talking about you. I remember the other day I was like, no, why is it that people are so comfortable to come to you and talk crap about me? How is it that someone can come to your partner and tell you they hate that person? What are you saying, or what impression are you giving to them that makes it that the door is open, where literally all these mistresses and all these teachers, they're able to freely talk to you about how much they hate me and this and this and this and that and that and that? And he was like, no, I actually stood up for you. I told them that I don't want to hear such things anymore. You know how my mother talks, you know, this and this and this. My mother's the one giving these people the wrong impression about you. Hey, I don't know why now my family is like this. What this, you know. Only for me to later find out, no, actually, it was him that would go and talk crap about me to these teachers and all these people, and then come back to me and say, yo, these people hate you so much, so that I can never even have an opportunity maybe to go and sit down with one of them, and because obviously his cover would be blown. And now throughout, guys, I just looked at it and I took it as how his mother is doing this, how my husband is out here protecting me and protecting my honor. Kante dololo, guys, my biggest enemy is in my bed. Okay, so with that meeting that I spoke of, that was when there was this other girl, I call her Snakey. So Snakey, guys, she basically she got herself close to me. Can the girl now developed a personal relationship with my ex? That's how vile that guy is, guys. Imagine now I'm thinking I have a friend. Can they at night when he comes back from work, they are together, and the only thing that's common about them is them trashing my name. Guti, I'm this evil person, I'm this horrible person, I'm this, I'm that. Okay, sharp. So since Nikki was still pretending Guti, she's my friend, when she was going in, I was like, I need to hear what is exactly is going on. What are they saying in there? At that point, yes, I had already made my decision that I'm going to leave, but I just didn't know a lot, you know. So when the audio came back, she was there, and then after that she gave me my phone, which I still have my phone. The audio is even still there's like 40 something minutes of his mother, his father, like just trashing me in front of people. Like, I think there was over 10 people in that room, or maybe over 9 or 8, but it was a lot of people. There was the police, there was also Ubi guy's deputy principal in that meeting, guys. When I tell you Uguti, they even bangenele even in my bedroom. Now I was married to a fool. Even my bedroom, They're talking about his criminal records. They're talking about him stealing in Joburg, him doing fraud with cars and stuff, like his criminal records in front of the deputy principal. So now the deputy principal is leaving knowing Guti. There's a guy that is teaching in our school that has a criminal record. First of all, how did he even get the job? That's when people hate you so much that they don't even realize they will destroy themselves to try and paint you as a horrible person. They were trying to paint me as a horrible person. They forgot this is the deputy principal, who obviously I'm sure even when it comes to certain executive decisions that are made, the person is there. So she now had to leave that meeting knowing big guy has got 2 criminal records, big guy has got this and this, he was stealing the previous job he was working, he did fraud, he did this and that. And then after that, they were basically putting it on me. Their son has criminal records because of me. But she left knowing the guy that is a teacher there has a criminal record. How did he get the job there? When God blessed this guy with a job, why do you think even now he's jobless? You guys are believing this story. I was... So basically, sharp, there's a lot, man. I wouldn't say, okay, it was because of she knew, but there's also other stuff that happened behind the scenes, obviously. And so, okay, sharp, Now I didn't listen to that audio up until it was the day before we were going to Durban for our anniversary. And guys, I was livid. His mother kept on saying, no, Big Epelong told me, this, that. And mind you, they're saying this. Big guy is also sitting in there. He's sitting in there. And so the fact that his mother is saying all these things and he's not even objecting to say, no, I didn't say that said a lot to me. That's the first thing. The second thing, a lot of the stuff that she actually said, there was a bit of some truth in there. It's like the basics, there's truth that she's not supposed to even know, which now gives me a confirmation Big guy really did tell his mother something. If whether he told the mother the story as how the mother is repeating, or the mother also added her own stuff, I do not know, and let me explain why. The mother, guys, is also a liar just like the son. He took his mother, and she doesn't have a problem to lie about you in your presence. She doesn't have a problem, because she has done that even to me when there was a meeting and she was telling the father what he had this and this, and I was there and I was just shocked because it was the first time I was actually seeing someone that is so bold in their lies that they would lie about you in your presence, and I'm like, huh? It was weird, But anyway, I honestly like the fact that he never said anything, and the fact that his mother was saying certain stuff, and there was a bit of information there that I was like, she's not even supposed to know about this. Sorry guys, my memory card got full. But basically, I was like, no, but this is certain information that his mother was not supposed to know. This was supposed to be between husband and wife. I was livid, guys. We had a huge fight, and I remember just telling myself, what is even the point of fighting? You're leaving this guy, so don't even stress. The anniversary is coming up, let's go to Durban, enjoy ourselves, this is the last one, it's a goodbye, and at that point, obviously he had now started wanting us to work things out and blah blah blah, but child, there was just so much that had actually happened. Now fast forward, obviously I leave, quietly. Before I even left, I had the lady that I was talking about would I just felt she and I mentally would not wouldn't jam, but it's not like I cut her off. I just wouldn't be with her for long, and actually I would just be with her once in a blue moon, But then after, obviously, when I knew that I was about to leave, she basically tells me, Haibo, I'm hearing things out there. And I'm like, what are the things we're hearing? This was when he had gone to his mother's house again. She was like, I hear that when you were making sure big guy dresses like an old man because you didn't want girls to actually see him. When you were dressing like a slay queen, Mara, you didn't want him to dress up because you didn't want other girls to see him. Guys, let me actually clear that, because even after I heard that, I was still quiet, guys. But it was also repeated on the internet, which means that it has to have been the truth. Let me tell you something about Big Guy. Big Guy has lost some weight. He has lost weight. If you know him, you will know that he has lost weight. He didn't just lose weight now. He lost weight like 2020. When he left, he had lost weight. You know, he was losing weight, and then he lost a lot of weight in a way. I don't know. So basically with Big Guy, the problem that was there, just for me to clear this whole clothes situation, because I've never even spoken about it. Big Guy was too fat for normal size and too small for the boutique big sizes. So mind you, we were staying in Friday. It's like mostly, what do they call this, like Afrikaners, right? And you guys know like how Afrikaner people can be so big. So they do have boutiques where they have clothes for like big people. So Big Guy, guys, even size 42 couldn't enter Big Guy. Even size 44 was small. So the clothes would not fit him. We would, guys, I remember, if you guys remember this a long time ago, I even complained on Instagram, why is it that stores don't make sizes for big people, you know? It would be a struggle. He would be fitting everything, nothing would be fitting. And I would see how much that was affecting him. And obviously being a wife and I loved him, that would literally hurt me so much. He hated even going out there to buy clothes. To a point where now I actually took it upon myself. That's how much I cared. To go to these boutiques and see if they can't have, like, you know, clothes for him. So when we went, there was another boutique that is there in Friday. They sold like big people sizes, and when he went there, guys, like, he didn't have a size. The clothes there, they were too big. So what did we do? I remember with my first pay, that was when he got his job. He got his job September, and I had just gotten my first pay. I spent 6,000 rands buying a Big Guy clothes. What we did was that we bought those clothes and then we took them to a tailor so that they can reduce the size. Because remember, he's too big for the normal size and he's too small for the extra large. He was in the middle. So you can't take the small, you have to take the big, and then they have to reduce it and have him wear. So he would wear clothes that seemed oversized, because even the shirt, it would be oversized, because it's not like they're gonna go and make the shirt smaller, you know. Like, what was I supposed to do? As a wife, did I not do my best? What was I supposed to do, guys? So now, because he left and he lost a bit of weight, I think maybe he could fit maybe size 42 now. So maybe he would be able to go to the shop and get a jean that can fit him. And then all of a sudden, but no, look at how he dresses so nice now. Hey, Owamie was making sure. Guys, do you really think I've got time? Nah. Me, I have time to be sitting and, you know. So the whole clothes situation not fitting and whatever, that was the case. If you guys saw even the clips of the show that he did now, telling his side of the divorce, he was wearing a jacket that was very tight. That guy is big, guys. He's very big and he has a big tummy. So for clothes to fit is very difficult. I saw some people were talking about how tight his jacket is. It's not by choice. It's not by choice. Like, he gets the last number when it comes to normal clothes sizes because he's big. And it's not like I'm trying to make fun or anything. As you can see, I'm not laughing. I'm just trying to show you guys what people will go out there, or someone like him, he will go out there and paint this picture as if, nah, I was so controlsive, I was making him live a horrible life to a point where this and this and this. And I'm like, you know. So Shabu, from the things that I heard from the audio, guys, I just kept it at the back of my mind. Obviously, I told myself I'm gonna be the bigger person, I'm gonna continue with my life. Now I started obviously posting my videos. I did post like I'm getting a divorce in 2021. I was still very highly wounded. I had a very fresh operation. I don't know if the other people that have gone through operations have gone through what I went through. I went through like a full cesarean, like how you have a Caesar when you have a child, because the fibroids were quite big. And so for me, it was even more painful because I had cuts inside, you know. So I couldn't do like just normal stuff. Imagine you're going through a divorce, you're going through a move, you cannot literally even lift. You do not know how much your stomach muscles contribute in your day-to-day life until you're at a position where you can't use them. So I was also just emotionally going through a lot at that time. started getting comments in my comment section. Hey, you know, now that you've left, you know, yeah, 3 days free, what, as if like I was some evil spirit that was there. You know, and mind you guys, when I was still there the time before I actually came back here, I would go to the shop, guys, to buy, and they would throw me a change. Like, I can't forget that they would throw change at me because of everything that they had heard of me, because his mother and him and some of the people in his family, they made sure that they're going out there and they're painting me like this horrible evil person. I was the bigger person. I never said, oh, I'm gonna sit, I'm gonna do a video, whatever. I was like sharp. But then when I started to see some comments like that, and then I remember there was another day that there was someone that repeated the things that I heard in that audio. Guys, I was so livid. I was like, no, this is what they know of me there. Number one, guys, I'm still going very far in life and in my profession. And one thing you should not be confused of, I am still going to get married again. You understand? If I can meet a proper partner, you know, get happy. I look at you, I'm like, yeah, you know, sharp, and you ask me to marry me. Oh, shame. As long as I can see that you and I can jam. Do you get it? And so I don't want to be a married woman that is still talking about her ex-husband. I only have this chance to can actually clear whatever it is that was going on, because I was like, I tried being the bigger person, guys. It did not work. These people have this idea of me. I was like, even though people can choose to say they're gonna believe whatever it is that they believe, let it be that also there's my side of the story that is actually out. Now, guys, there's so many stories and things that happened. So I started obviously doing story times and clearing. Mind you, this is an audio that is over 40 minutes. I've not even told you guys a lot of things that are in that audio to even clear the rumors that his mother was saying from her own mouth about me. Ati, her son said this in his presence and he was quiet. What does that say to everyone that is in the room? It means that it has to be the truth. Because if it's coming from her own husband, then it means that it has to be the truth. People are even asking, why are you still with her? Why do you even want to go back? Guys, Kiri, nobody was looking at me like, everyone was looking at me like some animal that uses muti crazy, because why is this man even wanting to come back? Guys, like at that time, I know nothing. I know nothing. All I know is that how big guy shame, you know, Skepsel. Oh, that guy's not a victim. You know. So now when I decided that I'm gonna clear the stuff, what did he do? He went and he teamed up with someone that I'm suing for defamation of character, and he made sure that he's coming up with more lies. Hey, the reason why we're divorcing is because Owamie was not bathing for days. Like, guys, okay, sharp. Let's say that was the case, right? Because I'm just not in a mood to play silly, stupid games like I'm a child. At the end of the day, like, do you really think what I can say? Guys, if you're not bathing and you keep on putting makeup, I'm telling you, even your skin would break out badly. But what I want to ask is this. If I'm dirty and I would go 4 days without even bathing, but I was sleeping in the same bed with him, what does that say about him? You're gonna sleep next to someone that is smelling. Because 4 days of not bathing, guys, I've never gone 4 days without bathing, so I don't even know how much the smell would be, but definitely you would have to smell very bad, you know. So what does that say about him? Is he a clean person that is sleeping on the same bed with someone that is not bathed for 4 days? That's when you see some people lack intelligence. Because, but anyway, he then went on to talk about how I had an abortion at 16 years old, and I ran away from home, and I was staying with old men, and then on top of that, I destroyed my womb having an illegal abortion, and then after that I can never ever have kids. When he was asked, he claims that he had it from my doctor, which, number one, if you are a South African, you would know that in South Africa, even if you're married to someone, your doctor has no right to even talk confidential things with another person, well, even if that person is your husband, you know. That's number one. Number two, obviously, it's a lie. The guy is a liar, guys. Like, he is a pathological liar. I do really think he has to go to a mental hospital just for a week. Let them observe him. I'm definitely sure he will come back with some medication. I really think. But obviously, I think God works in different ways. In terms of 2020, obviously the 9th of December, that's when I went and I had the fibroids removed. So I don't even have to prove to anyone, Guti, oh, you know, my womb is fine, my womb is there are records from a medical doctor that opened me up, removed the womb, the fibroids, and left my womb there. So when they're saying my womb is damaged, yet the report is saying every other thing is fine, there's this and this, that's when you know, like, this person is a liar. He then also went on to talk about how my SUV, someone bought it, it's not mine, someone bought it, I'm blacklisted, which again, I have got papers from the traffic department with my name on my X-Trail. The problem is that people expect you to not do well when you're not with them, or they don't expect you to do too well. Because when I was still with him, I had actually said, hey, because I loved the X-Trail, guys. I won't lie. That's why I'm so proud of that car, because I loved it. Every time I would see the X-Trail, I'd be like, oh my car, you know. And the model that I loved, I think, was 2018. And so we had planned we were going to get a second-hand X-Trail, a 7-seater and whatnot, and that was the plan, right? And so when I left him, I didn't just get a second hand, I got a brand new, and it's a 7-seater, and it's an X-Trail, and this and this. So I guess the guy really just could not believe she would be doing it by herself. But obviously when I put out the traffic department paper, now it was crickets, because all the things that he was saying, things that can easily be proven, I was proving him wrong, that he actually lied, because he is a liar. He claimed, Uri, the plates would not be washed for days, yet we had a full-time helper. Make it make sense. But anyway, I decided that I was going to clear the rumors, because one thing about me, you're not gonna just lie. I'm so sorry, Shem, you're not gonna just lie. Sorry. Especially if I have your time, I will have your time, you know. And then obviously with all that he did with that girl, like, there would be 20 videos that come out in a day. Obviously she's someone that has been struggling, she's failing more YouTube, and she has a vendetta against me. I don't know why. I've never spoken to her. She did send me an apology via WhatsApp, and then she also sent the same apology to the first law firm through the email that obviously I'm suing her for defamation. I never replied anything to her, because I never even gave permission for her to have my numbers. Now obviously I had to move law firms. I got a new law firm now, and yeah, the ball is rolling. And so I don't want to talk too much on that, because obviously we're still in court for defamation. But after that, you guys, obviously everything continues sharp. Now fast forward, now I'm having this, I would say, a bit of a back and forth with Madam Makunyan. And then next thing I know, there's before that, yeah, we had our thing. And the thing that's this, that I was talking about, how I don't care who you are. I don't even care who you are right now. If your husband is a cheater, or your husband has got kids outside, those kids deserve to be supported. If you don't want those kids to be supported, leave that marriage and go find a man that doesn't have kids outside. Because you cannot be with a man and not want him to support his kids. There's no way. Children should be protected at all costs. But then I hear an audio, guys, that is now being played, that is talking about how now my mother was a cleaner, now my mother took someone's husband, now I'm a product of an affair, and mind you guys, this is year 10 since my mother passed. Like, can you let my mother rest in peace? You never even met my mother. The audio is Mr. Slow Speak, slow lenara. Fucking idiot. But anyway, that really upsets me, because why would you talk so ill of my mother? Something that I don't know if I've spoken about is that the day before my mother passed, she called me and she was like, hey, can you please tell Big Guy to call me? And I was like, okay, Mama, it's fine, I will. Before I had gone home, when we were in the hospital, my mother said to me that, my child, please don't ever break up with Big Guy, and I want you guys to be responsible for the one Mishumo. But I immediately stopped her when she started saying, I want you guys to be responsible, because I was like, no, Mama, you're going nowhere. Obviously I was scared. I didn't want to lose my mom, and so I cut her. And so when I went home, that's when she called me and she said, can you please let Big Guy call me? And so Big Guy called. Of everyone in this whole wide world, my mother said goodbye to Big Guy. That's what he told me. And on top of that, the reason why I believe him is because he said, your mom said we should never break up, which is what she told me. And then she said we should be responsible. I should be responsible for you guys. Like, you and I should be responsible for the boy in Mishomo, which is what she was trying to talk to me when I cut her and I stopped her, right? So I had no reason to not believe what he said, that she said that you know, we like avaleli say like Uti goodbye and stuff like that, you know. So if my mother had so much love for Ubi guy to a point where she would literally choose him of everyone in the world, she could have chosen to call her older sister, she could have chosen to call one of my siblings, she could have chosen to call anyone, but she loved him so much that, guys, of everyone, she chose to say goodbye to him. But he was now here on the internet dogging my mother out with lies. I don't know for what reason. Just because anytime I have a fight with someone, he has to ngenelela izinto zabafazi ngoba ngumfazi yena. He's a woman, Mos. He's a woman. He's a little girl, actually. Even women don't act like that, you know. But anyway, it really did affect me a lot, guys. I'm not even going to lie. Like, it really, really affected me. So the moment I heard that audio, I heard it in the morning. The moment I heard that audio, that was when I just went to WhatsApp, press screen record, and I insulted the shit out of him. I don't regret it. And one thing I can tell you, there's nothing I lied about, and I won't even talk about the audio, whatever. And as I'm saying, everything I said in that audio, there was not a single lie. Like, you're not gonna come out here and insult my mother like that, you know. If you have a problem with me, sharp, I get it. But why ungenisuma mom that you have never physically met? Big guy only saw my mother in her casket, you know. He's out here fronting and whatever. Even for him to go to Venda with his family, it was my money. I had to give them money. Yo, guys, Nashem, I've been in Bokot. I have been in Bokot, you know. So basically, that is how we got to this whole situation. Ooh, Promise is not the first person that whenever, even like that other girl, I've never had any interaction with her. I've never, like, it has been one-sided. So in the court papers that she was talking of the first time, she claimed that Bigger was the one that contacted her, you know. So I don't know. But then this time, from what I hear, I don't know if it's the truth or not, it seems like she's the one that now connected this one to him. And again, they had to sit down and do an interview about his divorce that had nothing. Most of the stuff that I saw, even the trailer, it had nothing to do with him and his divorce. It was just about me, this and that, and lies that were being spoken, you know. So I'll never stop, number one, to clear my name. That's number one. Number two, when you have been quiet for a very long time, people now get entitled to your silence. And that is one of the biggest disadvantages that are there by being the bigger person. Some people think with being the bigger person, this person is going to talk about you and get tired. They don't, guys. His mother has been talking about me since 2017. Even when we broke up, she was still talking. So please tell me what being the bigger person brought me. I should have just started pepperizing back then. Then maybe she would have also been like, hey, when you pepperize her with this one, she also pepperize us back. Let me stop. I was the bigger person Shem 4 years. It never stopped. And mind you guys, going out there and lying about someone and making sure that everyone has this horrible idea of them, it's actually abuse. A lot of people don't get it. It's actually abuse. You are being abused if there's someone that is deliberately out there trying to tarnish your name, especially with lies. Especially with lies. The picture that was painted was that Ubiga is this guy that has money, this guy that is responsible, this guy that stays in town. We were staying in like the suburb of the place, you know, staying in one of the biggest houses. Teachers couldn't afford the place where we were staying, most of them anyway, you know. It was mostly like people with double incomes that would actually stay there, but the place is not as developed, you know. So he was looked at as this responsible guy, and I'm sure others out there, they looked at him like, yeah, this guy, it means he must really have money. Imagine, his wife is always home, she sits there, yet he even got her a helper that comes in and works. Can't they do not know? Uguti, it was my money. Himlo, it was my money. That is why even when I left, he couldn't afford to go and get that same place and stay there. He couldn't. He was staying with his mother. If you see where he stays right now, but let me not talk because so what I'm just simply saying right now is this: There is nothing that I did not do, guys, for that marriage. That's one thing about me. Now, even if someone can come here and try paint me as like I was a horrible wife, I don't care, because I know it down to my core. There is nothing I did not do for that marriage. Court cases, I went up and down. Even after I told him, no, don't do these things. When he did the fraud with the car, guys, I didn't even know anything. I only knew Mase now that the cops were wanting him and the private investigators were driving to Free Age to go look for him. So I guess because he couldn't answer to his mother, he told his mother, no, Owamie told me to go out there and hustle like other men. And she wants an alpha man. Which, yes, I want an alpha man. But from what you guys saw, do you think there's a single alpha bone in that guy's body? Guys, I was out of my mind. It's like expecting a cat to turn into a lion. Impossible, you know. But basically, I never said go thief. I never said go and do fraud. I never ever. Now I was simply saying that hustle, like find ways to make more money, you know. Same way I was also hustling. And I never even tried to put any pressure on him, because I could see, guys, that's not his lane. You get it? So sharp, that's where everything started and how it is. Obviously, there's a lot of information in between that I had to omit just so that the video is not going to be too long. But truth of the matter is that, guys, Shem, I won't even lie. Your silence is not gold. It's not golden. Lord forbid, had something happened to me in 2021, maybe I passed away. Oh, the only side of the story that would have been out there was the side that I was there forcing in daughter to go thief, to go do a fraud. Sorry, I was busy making him wash even my underwears. Imagine, guys, such imagine you are smart, but you would take your wife's underwears and wash them. That's when I say, Uri, if you want to say a stupid person, listen to what they say. You would win daughter. How is that even possible, guys? In which universe? If you already have your own ideology of who I am, that is also okay. But my side of the story will also be out. Everybody can choose which story makes sense, you know. But I think like I'm getting to a point where big guy, I'm gonna sue him. The Avanza is driving to rank. I'm telling you, he should continue with his lies. One day I will just wake up and make a phone call to my lawyer. Hey, can you please serve this guy? Even I don't even have to stress. I just have to drive. I know where he is. I just have to drive and go there and have him served, and then go sue him for defamation. He should prove all these things. In closing, Mina personally, being the bigger, I've never seen someone that was the bigger person and it benefited them in any way or another, you know. And so I don't believe in, I don't care, my side of the story doesn't matter. Mina, my side of the story matters. It matters big time, and I will talk about it no matter which situation. I really honestly will, because you're not gonna just play on my name. Because people like Big Guy, they like playing victim, using other people and lying. And the other thing again that I'll give you advice, if you know Big Guy and you're there in Fred or you're wherever he goes, please do not be fooled by the fact that he speaks slow. Speaking slow does not make you a good person. You can speak slow and still plan evil. Kabu slow baha. He makes people fight, that guy. Because he goes to this person, he says one thing, he goes to that person, he says another. Manje, you look at this person like this, you look at this person like that, and that's it. I never used to understand, why does this mother hate me so much with such passion? It's because he was there lying to his mother about me. About me. He loves playing the victim. Mabangati I victim yona. Yo. And guys, like you don't know, guys, like he loves being like a wounded chicken. Like, yo, baby, you don't know what they did to me. Yo, you come back, at work, yo. That guy loves being felt sorry for. But yeah, basically that is it. This is just a summary of things that have been happening. I'm sure maybe I've omitted some stuff, but anyway, that's like in a nutshell. what basically went on. Now I had to jump from here and here and here, but basically that is it, guys. Up until you guys saw that the interview was definitely to spite me. I don't believe that there was any other reason why you know, they had to interview him. But I also have to defend myself, guys. We do not divorce the men we married. And remember, I didn't know all this stuff, but when I found out, at least I left, because some people find out and they stay. But anyway, that is that, guys. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to edit this video and upload it today, but if I don't, then you guys will get it. Obviously, whenever you're watching it, you'll have gotten it. But anyway, I love you, ninjas. Stay blessed. I'm sorry that it didn't come out soon. Sorry. And I'll see you guys in my next upload. Bye.